Hi, we're Team L.E.N.K, and this is our final presentation on finger puppet management. I'm sure by now you already know us, but if not, our group is made up of Lora Dayton, Kerry DeJesus, Nick Mitchell, Jessica Owens, and myself, Elizabeth Roslonowski. We all had our equal parts in filming the TV show, coming up with the concepts to film, the script, character developments, and the completion of our milestones. Our group worked very well together, and we couldn't have been luckier to have been put with such great teammates. Our TV show takes place at Metropolis Used Car Sales, a rundown, junky used car dealership outside of Ybor, Florida. We've created a character named Stewie, a troublesome salesman that tests Super Manager with his constant unethical behaviors and poor decision making in the workplace. Super Manager will handle each situation as they happen, but eventually enough is enough, and there will have to be a significant change made. As you may have guessed, the target concept of our storyline is mainly focused on ethical behavior in the workplace, and we focused our TV show's target market to attract anyone working in an office setting between the ages of 18 and 35. Now we want to introduce you to the stars of our show. On the top of the slide, we have Super Manager. Super Manager is a fair, confident, calm, detail-oriented, organized, motivated, and understanding man who is a great listener and skilled communicator. He needs these skills because he will be dealing with an extremely troublesome employee throughout most of our show. Next, on the left-hand side of the slide, we have Squidward. Squidward is a salesman at the dealership, and he keeps an eye out for the company when Super Manager may get a little busy. Squidward is quiet, however, which may hurt his sales, but he is still very polite, intelligent, and a diligent worker. Next to him, we have Daphne. Daphne is the social butterfly of the company, the perfect quality for a secretary. She's very pretty, the life of the party, and extremely friendly and welcoming. But in the videos, we will see if this helps the company or gets her into a potentially dangerous situation. In the middle, there's Stewie. Stewie is a sneaky, rude, lazy, and dishonest employee who has a bad attitude and cuts corners at the dealership. Just in case you couldn't tell from his description, this will be the employee who will be giving Super Manager a test of his managerial skills and patience. On Stewie's right is Jane. Jane is introduced to us in episode 5 as the new salesperson that replaces Stewie. Jane is hardworking, polite, and sincere, a nice change in the atmosphere at the dealership. Jane brings lots of initiative and motivation to the dealership and works to her fullest capability. Finally, we come to Jim. Jim is another car salesman. Although a jokester and kind of loud, Jim is a hard worker and honest. He will go to Super Manager when things aren't right with the other employees and tries to keep things in check for him. Here we are going to explain how we applied concepts we learned in our Principles of Management course to our videos. In episode 1, we were dealing with dishonesty in the workplace. The concept we would like to emphasize is employee control. Until Super Manager took over the dealership, the salesmen were running rampant, doing whatever they pleased, and sometimes this was harming the customer more than helping. Here we see how Stewie, an uncooperative and scheming employee, is still doing whatever he wants and whatever it takes to make a sale. He is setting back the miles on a high mileage car so that some unsuspecting customer is fooled into buying it. When another salesman goes and tells Super Manager about Stewie's actions, Super Manager reprimands Stewie and shows him how this behavior will no longer be tolerated and that he is now taking control of his salesman. According to the text, controlling employees' behavior is a difficult task, and if managers do not take great care in this process, employees will continue to elicit some undesirable behaviors. So let's hope Super Manager gets Stewie under control. Another example of how we applied course concepts in our videos was in episode 5, when Super Manager hires a new salesperson named Jane, and she wants to negotiate her salary before starting at the dealership. Super Manager approaches Jane and asks if she has finished filling out the new employee paperwork, but she tells him she would like to discuss salary before signing the final documents. Jane uses direct verbal communication to let Super Manager know that she feels she should be getting a better base salary since she has plenty of prior experience selling cars. Clear and concise verbal communication is the key to getting a message across from sender to receiver. According to the text, managers as well as employees should be effective communicators to eliminate any unnecessary problems in the workplace. Sometimes when people hear the word management, they might go right to thinking about the CEO of a big-named company with headquarters in New York City. But really, those CEOs made it to where they are because they listened to what they were being taught in their management courses in college. Our group came up with some general conclusions that this class has taught us. First, the different sets of managerial skills that the professors teach us have to be practiced in order for us to become good managers. Next, these skills can be practiced and applied by participating in clubs and leadership organizations on your campus as a leader. Then, when you enter the job market, employers will see that you have practiced exercising management and leadership skills, and this will make you very marketable. For those of you watching who may have to do this project in the future, we came up with a few recommendations that might be helpful for you. First and foremost, meet with your assigned group early on in the semester. This way you have met and talked about the different parts of the project before you get too involved in your other classes. Secondly, work ahead if possible. The semester goes by quickly, and if you can get some parts of the project done before they are due, this will help when you become overwhelmed with other classes later on. Procrastination never works because you will miss some details and you won't get the grade you want. Our professor always provided us with detailed comments on our milestone submissions, and these weren't criticisms, they were ways to improve our next assignment. Listen to these suggestions and do them, because your professor won't deduct points off your grade for doing what he suggests. Finally, this is a creative project, so it's best to just have fun and think out of the box. Don't limit yourself, because the more creative you are, the more enjoyable it will be. Our team would have never been able to have completed this project without the help of our professors. So after reflecting on this semester-long project, Team L.E.N.K wants to say thank you to Dr. DeJesus and Miss Weekly for all of their guidance and inspirational teaching. This class has helped us all to come out of our comfort zones in order to complete a totally unique project. While learning different managerial concepts, we also got to practice them. From leading to communicating effectively, we now have practice for the real world. So again, we say thank you. We also would like you to watch our individual reflections video to see what each of our team members has to say about our experience. Our team would have never been able to have completed this project without the help of our professors. So after reflecting on this semester-long project, Team L.E.N.K wants to say thank you to Dr. DiAsio and Miss Weekly for all of their guidance and inspirational teaching. This class has helped us all to come out of our comfort zones in order to complete a totally unique project. While learning different managerial concepts, we also got to practice them. From leading to communicating effectively, we now have practice for the real world. So again, we say thank you. We also would like you to watch our individual reflections video to see what each of our team members has to say about our experience.